Now, one of the difficulties that people have when it comes to money is they always look at money as a reward. Meaning that if somebody has a lot of money, he has a big house, he has a nice fancy schmancy car, he has a boat, he has all types of things, they assume that this is a reward. And that's the mistake. The sages tell us that if a person loses all of his money, he has a huge loss, he should do a blessing, he should make a blessing thanking Hashem for the loss. Why? Because he is getting a message from Hashem that Hashem says, I took away your money instead of taking away your blood. Meaning, I took away your money instead of taking away your life. Because you made some type of sin in your life. And I decided that I don't want to kill you prematurely. I don't want to hurt you. So instead, I'm just going to take something that's worth life. Which is money, called damin. So the Chachamim say that if a person lost a lot of money, he should say thank you to Hashem. Why? Because it's much more worth it. It's much more valuable to keep your life and not your money. Because you could always make it again. And most importantly, if you have a lot of money but no life, then it's worthless. But on the other hand, the Chachamim say, and they note it in Yalkut Yosef, in Yichot Shabbat, believe it or not, it says that when a person makes a lot of money, he comes into an inheritance. Somebody dies, and instead of giving all the money to the dog and the cat, he gives it to him. There was some woman in England, I think it was. She died last year. I think she was a fashion designer. She died last year, and she gave something like $150 million to our cat. $150 million to our cat. I wonder if the cat knows how to invest in the stock market. What does this really show you, by the way? What does it really show you? It doesn't show you that she loved the cat. Because the cat doesn't have feelings. It's not like us. It's not a human being. Can't say, oh, I love you. It doesn't say that. What does it really show you? It shows you how much she hated her life. And everybody in her life. Why? Because with $150 million, you could literally save a country. You could feed countless people. You could build countless things that survive your life. When you give everything to something that's going to die after a few years, that's an animal that can't even speak back to you, obviously shows how meaningless your life was. Now, Kadosh Baruch Hu says, if I give you a lot of money, don't do a blessing. If I take a lot of money, do a blessing. Why? Because immediately you know, I took the money instead of your life. But if I give you a lot of money, somebody died and gave you a big inheritance, you won the lotto, something happened, you got a big deal, somebody bought your company, you just came into a lot of money overnight. Don't do blessing. Why? It actually may be a punishment. As the Kadosh Baruch Hu says at the end of Parashat Va'etchanan, Meshalem el sonav el panav la'avido. I pay my haters cash to their face to destroy them. Meaning that one form of punishment that a Kadosh Baruch Hu gives to people in this world is a lot of money. Not always, but sometimes. Why? He says, I want you to do tshuva. You don't want to do tshuva. I give you another message. You don't want to do tshuva. I give you another message. You don't want to do tshuva. After enough messages, enough opportunities to do tshuva, I get closer to me. You still don't want to do it? Hashem says, I've had it with you. So what am I going to do? I'm going to remove your thoughts of tshuva. How I'm going to remove your thoughts of tshuva? The Rambam says, He's going to give you a lot of money. He's literally going to give you a lot of money. Why? Because naturally a person thinks, if I have everything, therefore Hashem's happy with me. If He wasn't happy with me, He'd give the person cancer. He'd give them some disease. He'd give them some something, some problem. If everything looks okay, the person thinks everything's okay. And that's why the Chachamim says, if you got a lot of money, since you don't know why you got it, and you don't really know if you're righteous or not, don't even do a blessing. Because why? It's time for you to do tshuva, to double check. Is this a punishment or is this a reward? So here we see, Rabotai, that the picture is not so clear. Meaning that if you don't learn Torah, it is impossible for us to know what the message really is.